we're looking at the Maven Toys, isn't it? The Maven Toys projects. Am I right? And we've taken a look at quite a number of things already, isn't it? So what we're just going to do is to complete what we've not done, build our dashboard, and write a brief report. All right, so I believe everyone can see my screen now before I proceed. Okay, beautiful. So questions 9, 12, and 15 is what we want to look at next. What is the distribution of sales across different cities? So let's quickly answer that using our data. Insert our pivot table. The name of the table where our data is what? Noise. So, okay. I'll let it load. So because I'm just opening the Excel again. Okay, I closed this in the last class. So because I'm just opening it again, so the first operation might want to take a bit of time because it's just loading into the computer's memory. Okay, so subsequently, if I'll be inserting pivot table, it wouldn't take as long as it just did. All right, so sales by city. So store city to rows, and then the sales by city. So where is it? Sales to values. So this gives me automatically the sales by city. Okay, and I'm going to double click this to rename it total sales. Number format, currency. Okay, beautiful, isn't it? I'll go ahead and insert another pivot table. Answer the next question. Boys, how many of you were able to do part of what we did last class? How many of you were able, or maybe you were able to do up to what we did, or at least you attempted this project we are working on currently? How many of you? Only Morayo. If you did, kindly signify. Let me see. All right. That's beautiful, but that's less than half of the class so far. I have 74 people, and just less than about 40 people have signified. Less than 40 people. So what happened? The remaining of us, what's the issue? I used to have a poll. I could set up a poll. I don't know why this is not activated here again. I would have set up a poll. It would have been nice to have a look at that. Oh God. Okay. I think I can add this. Okay, maybe I'll be using that from time to time. I'll just have to explore these apps that are available on Zoom. All right, no problem. No problem. So we've answered this. So, is there a difference in sales performance based on store name? Is there a difference in sales performance based on store name? So let's go ahead and answer that question. So, how do we know if there's a difference? We need to see the sales by store, isn't it? So, I'll drag store name to rows, and then I'll drag sales to values. You see that? So, double click this header, change it to total sales, number format, change it to currency. Okay. Beautiful. So there might really not be any difference, but immediately I'm able to see some of them were able to reach 440 something thousand, while most of them are in the range of 200. Wow, there's one with 554,000 here. Yeah. Do you see that? Wow. All right. So, finally, is there a difference in sales performance based? Okay, we've answered this. I'm going to highlight it. So finally, what is the relationship between the store city and the average profit per sale? So between the store city and the average profit per sale. So we already have this here. This is showing total sales. Okay. So we can do another one for average sales or average profits. Okay. The average profit. All right. So I'll just simply drag profits to values. And then I'll take the average. Average, and I'll click on average here. So average of profit, number format is currency. Okay. So let's sort by the average profit from largest to smallest. Okay, so we can see that this has the highest average profits, but you can see it's one of the lowest sales. Imagine some of them are making $1 million in total sales. Do you see that? This one I even made total sales of 633,000. The average profit is $4. You see that? So yeah, these are some meaningful insights. Okay, so on average per sale, they are really not making so much profit. Okay, although yes, they are generating much sales. Right, so it means that these states are probably generating more profit than them. Okay, so we can also look at the what's it called, profits if we want to as well. But so as not to waste our time, we'll just go ahead with what we have. So we've been able to answer all 15 questions. I like this as well. Beautiful. All right. So what I want to do for today, okay, what I want to do for today now is I want to, if they ask you for the average profit, okay, what you simply need to do, if they ask you for average profit, average profit per sale, okay, what all you simply need to do is to calculate the average of profit. You don't need to first divide by yourself, but calculate average again. Okay, what you are doing if you divide, you're looking at the profit per $1. That's what you're looking at if you divide. I said, okay, what is the profit per $1? And that is not what they need. Okay, so so what is the difference between this and business analytics? So I explained that in the very first class we had for this. Okay, we've gone so far into all this now. If you had watched the first video, I'm very sure you would have seen I explained that. So location. So these are on location. These are on location. What does the aggregate product calculate? Did you try it? Some of these questions, you shouldn't ask what they do. You should try it out yourself and see what happens. Okay, that is what it means to be, what's the word now? I've forgotten the word. Okay, you are eager to know more. Okay, so you go ahead and try it out yourself. All right, so we want to start making use of, we want to start creating our visuals and then our dashboard as well. Okay. So first and foremost, what I will do is I'm going to make a list of what I want to see on my dashboard. Okay. And what are those important things I think I need to include on my dashboard? So your dashboard is your collection of visuals, okay, that helps the business monitor their business performance, or that helps the organization monitor their business performance. Okay, so let me open a Word document. So number one, let's see, I'm going to definitely I need the sum of sales or total revenue. Total sales. Okay. Then I also need, okay, number two, I also need the total profits. Definitely. Then number three, I need the total number of orders / sales. So how many sale transaction, how many orders? The same thing, okay? Then number four, I need the profits margin. Okay. Now these first four, I'm going to highlight them. Let me make use of this color, make it bold. Let me increase the size for the remaining one as well. So now these first four, I'm going to make use of card visuals to denote them. Okay, I'm going to make use of card visuals to denote them. Then I will now begin to look at some other visuals. So on the sales and dates, I can look at, because we have just 2 years, okay, I can use my chart to denote this if I want, but instead of doing this, what I'll just do is I would rather use year on my slicer. Maybe what I would do is to make use of sales by month. Sales by month. Okay, so sales by month, a very good, what's it called? That should be on your dashboard. Sales by month. And assuming this was Power BI now, okay, Power BI is a business intelligence tool. You can go ahead and begin to do some lovely comparisons using time intelligence function in Power BI. Okay, so I'm going to include sales by month. Let's see. Let's move on to the category. For category, I'm going to include sales by product. So aside from sales, I can include sales and profits. Sales and profits by product. I don't need profit margin or average profit margin. I'm just going to leave that. Let's see. Now, I don't need this if I'm going to have a slicer to slice by the month. So I'm going to leave this as well. All right, so sales and profits by products. I'll come back here. Sales and profits by products. Okay, then what again will I do? Okay, this is product category. This is product category. So by products category. Yeah, what again do I want to see on my dashboard? You see the way I'm doing it, okay? I'm not just because I've noticed when I give students capstone projects, only the thoughtful ones out of them, okay, those that actually take their time to do the project, come up with something meaningful. Most of them just want to design, combine variables that do not make sense in order to submit. Okay. But the thing is that they usually meet me there. When you submit nonsense, I look at it, I just reach out to you and tell you it's not acceptable. Okay, because I expect after the effort I've put into the class, explaining all these things and how it is, I expect that okay, you should be able to replicate the same energy in your own project as well. So I do not expect a project that will be mediocre. Combine variables that would make sense. Okay. You won't see me saying, okay, what is the so somebody will be asking me, sir, can I combine month and location? What of sales? Say just month and location. You should tell me something. What is it telling you? Okay, if you're telling me, okay, you're looking at okay the month and the location by the sales. Okay, I still reason with that. Okay, and then your choice of visuals as well. You need to learn how to select good visuals. Okay, don't just use visual because it is this thing looks this thing. Some people will use pie charts and you just see so many categories. With the way I'm saying it in class, people will still do it. Like it is something I've noticed over and over time again. You just feel like, oh, this thing looks nice, but it's not saying anything. It's only saying rubbish. I will show you an example when I design a pie chart. I will show you an example. I hope I remember. I will show you an example. So it's something that I hold dear to my heart. Your first submission should be something standard. So take your time to do the dashboard well. Take your time to do the dashboard well. All right. So let's see. So I'm going to do top 10 products by sales because the number of products I have here, they are much. So we'll do top 10 products by the sales. Top 10 products by the sales. That's what we're going to do. And then we'll also look at okay, yes, just let's do top 10 products by the sales. And then we can also include maybe the profit margin as well. So top 10 products by sales. Then what again? Let's just pick out the germane ones. Then we can also look at what else we can add. And I'll look at top. Okay, so I can look at all the city, all the location. So these are locations, isn't it? Yes. So I'll look at sales by location, sales and profits by location. And I'll look at top 10. Should I look at top 10 cities or top 10 stores? Let's just do top 10 cities. Then we can also do top 10 stores as well. All right, so let's see. Sales by location. Then we'll do top 10 cities by sales. Okay, then and profits. And profits. Okay, so we'll look at all the top 10 cities by the sales. Okay, so this is the top 10 city that is giving us the highest sales. Okay, so what is their profit as well? Okay, so top 10, let's say top 5 stores by sales and profits. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. I think this is already, let's see, what again? Okay, so this is the data. All right. So list cities by sale. So if you're talking about list city, I'm looking at my dashboard. Okay. So if you're arranging, if you're going to be looking at the list city, that means you want to look at another visual for top 5 bottom cities by sale. Okay, so you can also add top 5 bottom cities if you want as well. All right, you can look at top 5 bottom cities. But those ones, if you are going to do your dashboard, okay, the important ones should be on dashboard. Then if you are now designing your slide, okay, you will now begin to see that, okay, it is not the only visuals that you can find on your, it's not only the visuals you can find on your dashboard that would be in your presentation. There are so many things that will be in your presentation that will not be on your dashboard. Your dashboard is just for the company that, okay, at one glance, so this is what we built for your company, in case you want to monitor your business performance. Okay. What of top 10 products? Is that not it here? Top 10 products by sales. All right. So this is what we are going to have on our dashboard. Okay. So I'm going to color this. I'm going to color it green or orange. Okay. And then now for my slicers, I will explain what slicers are when we start doing it. Okay, I'll explain what slicers are when we start doing it. Now, for my slicers, I want to slice by months, slice by months and year, then slice by, what again can I slice by? Looking at what I have so far. Let me see. I can slice by location. 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 So that's what I'm going to make use of. So slice by location as well. Okay, and then I'll color this to, let's say, red. Beautiful. Okay, so I have a clear outline. All right, so blue, card visuals. Orange, normal visuals. Red, slicers. So I'm going to change this to blue. Then for orange, and then red, slicers. Okay, so I know what I need to do now. All right, so I'm going to go back to my Excel and start building my dashboard. Okay, so please pay close attention to how I'm going to start with the dashboard. Okay, please pay close attention. I'm going to create a new sheet first. I'll rename the sheet dashboard and press enter. Okay? Now, I'm going to get rid of all these lines I'm saying here, all this ABC. I'm going to get rid of it. Okay? How do I do that? I'll come to my View tab. And then I'm going to deselect headings. And I'll deselect grid lines as well. Okay? Do you see that? So it gets rid of that, and I have like a white background. All right. Now, next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to. All right. So now the next thing I'm going to do, I am going to start with my dashboard header. My dashboard header. To do this, insert. Okay. Everything I'm doing, I'm saying it out. So insert, I will locate shapes. Okay, this is shapes here, and I'm going to insert a rectangle. Select rectangle, and I'm going to insert a dashboard header for my dashboard. Okay, so I'll click and drag all the way here, and I have a dashboard header. I can zoom out to see it properly. If I zoom out, see how it is. Okay, if I zoom in, see how it is. Okay, so now I'm going to zoom out back. Have this. This is my header. Okay, you can resize your rectangle. You see all these circles by the edges that you have. You see them? Okay, you can use it to resize your rectangle. Do you see that? As you want it to be. Okay, so I have this as my header. All right, or first and foremost, let me help you make this easy. Okay, let me make it easier for you. What is the range of the header? I don't understand. I don't understand what you mean by range. So let me make this easier for you. I'm going to first use this as a background. Okay, so I'm going to expand it. Let me start from the top. I'll come to insert, shapes, rectangle. So I'm going to drag. I'll make it big. Okay. Size of the rectangle. I'm not using a specific size. I don't think you heard me mention size. Okay, I'm not using a specific size. I should just look at, you can determine, how it should be from the screen. See what I have on my screen. Okay. So, for shape fill, I'm going to fill it with white. Okay. And then shape outline, I'm going to make it black. All right. I'll come back to shape outline again, and I'll come to the weight. I'll make the weight thick, so I'll be able to see the outline myself. Then I'll zoom out like this. Do you see the dashboard? All right. So from which cell location to what cell location? We're not using cell location again. Just click and drag. Just click and drag, that's all. Okay. So I'm going to expand it. I'll zoom out again. I just want to have a nice, what's it called? So I think this is a nice size for my dashboard. I think this is a nice size. So look at my zoom length currently is at 50 and see the size of the dashboard. Okay. So now for the next shape, I need a rectangle now. Okay, if I click outside, you see I have this background. So this is where I'm going to be inserting my visuals. For the next shape, I need a rectangle. So how do I select rectangle? Come to insert, shapes, rectangle. So I'm going to draw the rectangle inside of this box. So draw the rectangle. The rectangle is going to be my header for my dashboard. Okay, draw the rectangle inside it. And for the outline, shape fill, let's do shape fill first. I'm going to fill it with, should I fill it with this color, something like a blue or ash or black? I think black looks nice. Okay, I think I like this color. So I'll make use of this color. Okay, I'll make use of that color. All right, so this is my header. Now in my header, I need the title of the dashboard. All right, I need the title of the dashboard. So this dashboard belongs to Maven Toys, isn't it? So I'm going to make use of Maven Toys. I'm going to type Maven Toys in there. All right, so how do I type Maven Toys in there? All right, so I have my rectangle that denotes where my visuals are going to be in. I have the header. Now, how do I type Maven Toys in here? I'm not going to repeat this, okay? If you don't grab it, it means you're not following, because I'm going to be very, very slow. I'm going to come to insert at the top here. Insert, okay? Then I will come to where I have text at the left here, or at the right. You see text. Click here, and then click text box. If you don't have this option here, come to shapes, click shapes. And this first one that you see here that has A in it, that's a text box. So anywhere you click it from, no problem. I'll select text box, and I will draw the text box inside the header. Okay? Draw the text box inside the header like this. You see that? And then I will type Maven Toys. Maven Toys. Maven Toys dashboard. Okay? I'll press Ctrl A to highlight everything in the text box, and then I will increase the size. Do you see that? Increase the size, and then I will change the color. Let me make the color something like orange. Beautiful. Then I will come over to where I have shape format. You see shape format here. I will click on shape format. Okay? I will now come to where I have shape fill. I will click here and I will say no fill. You see that when I say no fill, that white background disappears immediately. Okay? So aside saying no fill, I will come to outline, shape outline, and then I will say no outline as well. You see that? Then I will simply drag and, align it properly. See that? Maven Toys dashboard. So, to highlight everything, I'll make it bold. B. So, if I make it bold or I increase the size and it's cut like this, I can expand the text box from here to accommodate more. See that? Then I'll click outside. I have my heading perfectly. Okay? So, yeah, white will be clearer. You can make use of white. If it's white you want, no problem. This is white. Okay? So whichever one you want to make use of, if it's white, if it's orange, no problem. So I'm just going to revert back to orange. Okay. All right, Mavin Toys, Mavin. Mavin Toys dashboard. Okay. So next thing I need is what? I'll come back to my visual. I already have this as the outline of my visual. First things, card visuals. So how many card visuals do I have? Or how many card visuals am I making? What is your answer? How did somebody still manage to say 5? Scholastica. Someone said 11. 11 card visuals. How? Beatrice Adamson. Okay, Scholastica said it's an error. So we have 4 card visuals. I already wrote it here that those in blue are the ones we're going to be using as card visuals. So 4 card visuals. Normally, I don't go through these routes, but just to explain. Okay, so 4 card visuals, total sales, total profits, total number of orders, profit margin. Now, to make my card visuals, okay, I'm going to do the same process I did for this header. Okay, so come to insert. I'm going to insert a rectangle. This time around, a rounded rectangle. Okay, rectangle with rounded corners. Okay, and I'm going to insert it. I'll start from here. I will insert one here. 1. You see that? Then what I will do is very simple, without stress. Click on it. I'll press Ctrl C, and I'll press Ctrl V first time, Ctrl V second time, Ctrl V third time. Now I have 4 boxes. I'll just rearrange. 1, 2, 3, 4. Without stress. Do you see that? But you need to learn alignment. You need to do what? You need to learn alignment. Okay? So, before I do that, I'm going to take, just pay attention, no? The first box, I will place it where I want it to be. I like this. The last box, I will place it where I want it to be. I like this as well. Okay? I will now select the 4 boxes. How? By pressing my control key down and selecting them. So my control key is pressed down. I'll select this one, select this one, select this one. You see that? So under shape format that I am, okay, I'm going to come to where I have align. I'll click on align, and then I'll first align to top. Bam. So it will bring any visual that is below. It will bring it to the height of the visual that is above. Now, I will now come to align again, and I will say distribute horizontally, so that there will be even spaces among the dashboard. So, bam, distribute horizontally. Do you see that? Okay, so if you feel like, oh, maybe the card visual is too small, you can go ahead and expand it. Okay, you can go ahead and expand it instead. So I'm going to start from here. I'm going to expand this. Or instead, what I'm going to do is very simple. I'm going to I'm going to delete all this first. Let me delete all this. Let me expand this first. Just make it the size I actually want it to be. Okay, then Control C, then Control V, Control V, Control V. Then I will now arrange it. I'll take this to where I want it to be. Then I'll highlight everything or select everything. I'll come to align top, then distribute horizontally. Beautiful, isn't it? Then I'm going to come over to shape fill. Everything is still selected though. I'll come to shape fill. I'll use the same color I used for my header. Is it this color? I don't think that's the color. Is it the color? I think it's the color. It's the color. That's the color. Okay. Then, next thing I'm going to do, I'll come to shape outline. I'll say no outline. Okay. Now, these are my card visuals. Okay. Or these are the background for my card visuals. Okay. Now, I want to see the values inside this card or inside this card visuals. What are the values I'm looking for? Total sales, total profits, total number of orders, profit margin. So I will start with total sales first. So for this first box, I want total sales, isn't it? So I'll click outside. Okay. Now, how do I bring in the total sales here? Where can I find the total sales? I have the total sales on my aggregate sheets. This is total sales. Isn't it? So how do I bring this value from here to my dashboard sheets here? Very simple. I will start by coming to Insert, Shapes, and I will select Text Box. I will now draw a text box inside this rectangle. Okay? I will draw text box inside this rectangle. Like this. Okay? Now, watch something. When I draw the text box like this, watch something. On the name box up here, it says text box 12. Okay? Meaning this text box is selected. Now, anything I type will appear inside the text box. But I'm not going to type anything inside the text box. I will leave the text box empty. What I will do is I will now come to the formula bar. The text box is still selected. Make sure your text box is selected. I will come to the formula bar. I will now press equals to. Then I will go to that sheet, aggregates. And then I will select that cell. Okay? And then what will I do? I'll press enter. So it says this formula is missing a range reference or a defined name. Beautiful. Now I'll show you how to do what's it called? Avoid that issue. Okay? Now, I'm coming. Let me first come here. Let me see if I should go this route or I should just give you the normal route. Come in. Beautiful. Okay, beautiful. So, see what I did here. Very simple. Okay, all you need to do, okay, is do what? Click on your pivot table. Okay, then come over to pivot table analyze. Now you see these options here. Click on this drop down. Now you will have this one checked. It will be like this initially. So click on it to uncheck it so that it will be like this. Okay? So you can now go back there and do what you need to do. So I'll go back to that sheet, my dashboard. Okay? And then I'll select my text box first. I will now go to the formula. Remember, don't type inside the text box if you want to extract a value. Go to the formula, type equal to, and go and select that cell. Aggregates. I'll select where I have the value, and I'll press enter. And you can see the value jumps inside the cell immediately, or inside the text box immediately. Okay? Then I'll just increase the size. You don't need to click inside the text box again. It's already selected. Increase the size like this. You see that? All right. Then I'm going to change the color. I'll make it bold. I'll change the color to the orange I'm using for the dashboard. Then I'll come to shape format. Okay. The shape fill, I'll say no fill. No fill. Do you see that? Okay. Then I'm done. Okay, I should do no outline as well. I'll come to shape outline, no outline, and I'm done. So what is this? This is total sales, isn't it? So I need to put a box that will say total sales down here. So insert text box, and then I will draw a text box below it here. Inside that text box, I will type total sales. Make it bold, make it bigger. Then I'll come over to shape format, shape fill, I'll say no fill, isn't it? Shape outline, I'll say no outline. Then I'll go and color the text. From here, I'll color it white, like that. Okay, I'll color it white. Then I'll just bring it to the middle properly. Do you see that? I can increase the size as well if I want. I'll still increase the size. Beautiful. Total sales. Do you see that? Okay. So what I just did here, I will now do for total profits, number of orders or transactions, and then profit margin. So very quickly, you can watch the video. Okay, I've already shown this step by step slowly. So let me do this one faster so that we can move on. So insert, right? Text box, draw it in here. Isn't it? In my formula bar, equal to, go and reference it, the profits, press enter, increase the size, change the color, make it bold, come over to shape format. The shape fill is no fill. The shape outline, no outline. I'll arrange it to the middle. Isn't it? Then I can come here, select this text box, and copy it. No, I only used blue to just differentiate it on this Word document here. Okay. So I'll select this text box, Ctrl C, Ctrl V to copy and paste. I'll drag it here. Okay. And then I'm going to change this to total profits. Total profits. So I'll select this instead of creating new text box again and again. I'll just select this old text box. like this. Control C, Control V. It will paste a new text box. I'll drag it here. Now, this is showing total profit, isn't it? But I don't want it to show total profit. I want it to show what? Total number of orders. So I'll come to my formula bar. I'll delete what is there already. Then I'll go and reference number of transactions. Press enter. Looks dark. So I need to increase the size properly to 32. Give it the color orange, make it bold. Isn't it? I'll go back to, now I want to include comma. Remember that this is number of orders. It should at least have comma. But I cannot include the comma here because this one is referencing a cell. So I will go to that cell, this particular one, and this is where I will include the comma. Okay? And reduce the decimal places. So when I go back to my dashboard, do you see that? Okay? So I'll do the same thing for this. Control C, Control V. I'll bring it here. I'll call this transactions. Let me call it transactions. Okay? I'll drag this to the middle here. Beautiful. All right. Then finally, I'll do the same thing for profit margin. Bring it here. Then in here, I'll change it to, I think profit margin should be D4. Enter. Increase the size. Make it bold. Do the color. Beautiful. Then copy this one. Control C, Control V. Bring it here. I'll change the title to profit margin. Do you see that? And then I'll rearrange this properly. Nice. So I have my card visuals. Okay. So looking at this dashboard, you already say, okay, for moving toys, nice. 14 million in total sales, 4 million in total profit. You see how these visuals are already giving you insight to, remember, this is where we are coming from. Look at this data. Okay? No, don't just copy the value. Okay, I will advise you against that so that your slicer can slice effectively. Okay? So look at this data. Just look at how wide the data is, 820 something thousand records. And then we are already showing the insights beautifully here. Do you see that? Okay. So what next do I want to do? I'm going to insert my normal visuals now. Sales by month, sales by profit and product category, top 10 products by sales, blah, blah, blah. So let's start with, I want to do three visuals, or 4 then 2. Sales by month can be at the bottom. Then sales by month, then cities, top 10 cities, sales by month and top 10 cities. Then I can do this remaining one at the top. Okay, so let's see. Excel is loading. So I'll have 4 and 2. 4 visuals, then 2 below. So I'm going to start with sales by location. I'm going to start with sales by location. And then once I do it, I'll put done in front. Okay, so sales by location, let me type done. So where's location? This is location. This is sales by location, isn't it? So I'm going to click on the pivot table. Now come over at the top here, click on pivot table, analyze. Okay, then click on pivot chart. For the pivot chart, I'm going to insert a pie chart. But instead of a pie chart, I will use donut chart. Okay? And then I will click OK. Because I like donut charts a lot. All right? Now, from this chart, all I need to do is just click on the chart, press Ctrl C, okay? Or Ctrl X to cut, come to your dashboard. Now, whenever you get to your dashboard and you want to paste a visual, first click outside your dashboard before pasting the visual, Ctrl V. Okay? So I have my first visual here. I'll just drag it, bring it here. Okay? Now you can see with the visual, you still have your pivot chart fields, isn't it? But what I'm going to do is very simple. Now, I want to work on maybe the color of the chart, or I want to work on this. So the first thing I'm going to do, let me zoom in so that you can see it very well. Okay? You see this thing that says store location? I don't need it. Okay? This thing that says store location, I don't need it. I will right click. Okay, where I have store location, right click on it. And then I will say hide all field buttons on chart. Right click, hide all field buttons on chart. Now this total, what should this chart name be? What's the chart name? Somebody should give me the chart name quickly. What's the chart name? Quickly, quickly, quickly. What will I title this chart? Beautiful Adetutu, sales by location. Okay, sales by location. Do you see that? So I will drag it to the right hand side here. That's the title. Okay, I'll make it bold, underline it. I'll use orange for the title. Increase the size a bit. Beautiful. Do you see that? Okay. Now for the donuts, each one of these colors, I might want to change it. I'm showing you how to format charts as well. If you want to change this color from blue, how do you do that? If you want to change this color from, how do you do that? If you click on any slice once, it will select all the slices. Do you see that? But if you click on a particular slice again, it will not select only that slice. So meaning if you want to select a slice, you click twice on that slice. The first time we select the whole chart, the second time we select only that slice. So if you want to, after selecting just one slice, if you want to move to another slice, you can just select it once. If you just select that one. Okay? But I'll come back here, select only this chart, only this slice, and then I'll come to my fill option up here. Fill color. I'll change it to, I can make it this blue color here. This particular one, I'll change it to the dark orange. This particular one, I'll change it to I'll change it to dark blue. Then this particular one, I'll change it to ash. Ash. Okay. So now the reason why I'm doing so is I'm looking for colors that will not conflict. Okay. You see that these colors look better than having red, yellow, blue, and this thing. I'm looking for colors that will not conflict. All right. And those colors are also cool. Okay. So can't you leave it the way it was? If the color combination is okay, no wala. So I'll come back to pivots. What is it called? Let me see. Is it design? Format. Should be formats. So just click on the chart back, okay, to deselect your selection.